Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. It is Saturday, October 23rd at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I am live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to see you guys. Good to see everybody. I'm here for the next 3 hours for coloring and companionship and chat if you wish. There we go. Hi, Mary. Third time's the charm. Welcome to my Facebook peeps who come in and chat. There we go. Hi, Rhonda. And welcome to my Facebook lurkers. That means they watch but don't necessarily say anything. Of course, though, you're welcome to say anything at any time. Rhonda's waving. Hello. Oh, and welcome to my YouTube viewers as well. So this goes to video and Facebook, and it also goes to video on YouTube. So I'm glad we finally got this broadcasting thing taken care of. Only took me 3 tries. All right, so I've been working on Adam and Eve, which is coming along beautifully. Rhonda's paralleling the color with me. Rhonda, you're doing a great job on what I see on your posting. And I've been working on Cutie dolls, and I was showing you how I do fur. I put a little fur coat on here that wasn't originally on the original drawing, but I thought it would look cool. So Rhonda says, I want to thank our wonderful group for all the well wishes and prayers for Paula. She is recovering nicely now. Beautiful. Love you all. Oh, that's wonderful news about Paula. And I'm glad that you posted that in the room as well. Well, she ought to know by now she's got a number of people caring about her. We don't mind offering up prayers as need be. So that's always good stuff. All right. So again, Cutie dolls and Adam and Eve. Oh, you told her. Good. That is fantastic. All right. So let's see what kind of trouble we can get into tonight. I may even play around with this a little bit. I just thought that this was ridiculously cute. And we'll see what we can do. So we'll see. So let me know how your Saturday is going, guys, while we're getting wound up here to get coloring. And that is so fantastic about Rhonda. Oh my gosh. Love it. All right. So I think on the hair, I'm going to go on the hair now. And I'm going to work, I'm just going to kind of keep it brownish yellow. Although I'm kind of thinking the black would look good too. I think I'm going to do that. We'll play with that. All right. So, you know, the black and the blues look really good. You got to put your indigo blue in there. And by putting a little bit of the darker blue in the black, it really makes the difference on the hair color. So we'll do that. All right. Let me get my pencils going here. So guys, tell me how your Saturday is going. Hopefully you're having a good Saturday. We've had some people have been having family members that have been having babies. We talk about that a little bit. All right, there we go. So let's go ahead and color her hair black. Hello, Angela. Angela says her Saturday is going good. So tell me something fun, guys. Angela's working on her classes to be a medical coder. Yay! Mary got her booster the other day. Yeah, I don't think I'm eligible, but we'll see. I had a Moderna. But we'll see whether they're going to give me the booster or not. All right, keep up those shots, guys. Zoom in. So I thought black hair would look really good on this. Oh, the kids took Mary to a new taco place. Wonderful food. Love tacos. Now I'm going to want tacos. So let's go ahead and start with our first layer. Rhonda gets her booster next week. All right. Keep up those shots, guys. Alrighty. Now, I'm already going to go ahead and do some shading. Chili. That sounds good too. Tacos and chili. I've actually got, I hate to say it, I've got some chili in a can. I'll just throw that in the microwave. I get so busy. Eating is secondary to me. But that's okay. All right, I want you to notice how I'm darkening the color already. Hello, Sandra. Guys, yeah, it didn't take long to talk about food tonight. That's right. And do you know, though, that we have had broadcasts where we haven't talked about food at all? Ooh, Angela says she'll send me scratch homemade turkey chili. Ooh, love it. Okay, now don't forget, when we're talking about, Sandra says it's stalling a little bit. Oh, Sandra, try to hang in if you can. Sandra, have you called your provider and talked to them about that? All right, notice how I'm keeping the same intensity of the black on either side. We've talked a lot about that, about carrying the color over. Oh, Canada, da, 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 da. Now remember to keep turning your pencil. Take your time. Now, if you get a little streak in there, I like to do that. Just keep that in there. So Sandra, if you can, tell us what's been going on with you. And then we're just going to roll that color right around here. Zoom in. And guys, don't forget that Wanda's contest ends tonight for buds and butterflies. Your entries have been great. Oh, what a cute little girl here. All right, so we'll get that rolling around. So Sandra says, have been working a fair bit and doing lots of trips to the vet. Also taking my granddaughter to a pumpkin patch and the zoo. Oh, how cool. I'll bet you she's having a good time. All right. Now let's go ahead and start working on this other side. So I'm going to darken in that area just a little bit. Sandra says she is a riot, such a happy child, growing too fast though. What's her name? Zoe. Cute. Too stinking cute. Now remember, when you color your darker patches in your hair, you want to make those colors a little, the edges uneven. And I've got a really nice smooth black. This is what is this? This is a Brett Funner Black Beauty. So what kind of things does Zoe like, Sandra? And how old is she? All right. Animals and walking. She's 2.5 years old now. And look how beautifully this hair is coming out. Oh, and she loves playgrounds with slides. There you go. All right, so let's get in these little teeny tiny places. All right, so we got that covered. And garbage trucks. So she's got a fascination with garbage trucks. Okay. She sounds like an inquisitive little girl. Now again, you can see that I'm going ahead and shading underneath this band, giving it just a little darker hue. And guys, tell me what you're working on tonight for coloring, since you like to color while I'm coloring and chatting away here. Let me sharpen up my pencil. So Sandra says she's very inquisitive and investigates everything. Oh, cool. Well, hopefully everybody can keep that alive in her. All right. So how did she get an interest in garbage trucks? Do you know how that came about? Excuse me. Angela says she's not coloring yet. She needs to finish the picture from last night. What's the book and the author that you're working on, Angela? I think Rhonda is working on a Tatiana Stilova piece yet. All right, let's make sure we have a nice crisp line around the face. Zoom out. Zoom out. That's looking pretty cool, isn't it? One of these days we'll get around to working on more than one project at a time. Let's see. And Adam and Eve. Yeah, we got to get you actively going on different projects on your own, not just because you're following me. Oh, let me see what I can do here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start working on getting this popcorn out of here. Zoom in. And if you're new to coming in and watching, or you're just lurking and you have any questions, please, please, please speak up. We have a really great group. Okay, now, obviously I'm not done with my blending here. But what I'm going to be doing now is going to be adding indigo blue. And this is a Prismacolor PC 901. And adding the blue to the black gives it a really good, rich color. Now, if you have the opportunity to look at black hair, you'll notice that there are shades of blue in it. Zoom in. And what the blue does is it makes the black look a lot richer. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color the left-hand side of this. My left, the image is girl's her right, but our left. And you will see, hello Stacy. Stacy finally made it to Tennessee. But you'll notice that the she's in Jackson, Tennessee. Ooh. She's on the other side of Nashville from me. So Stacy, take a deep breath, relax, kick back, eat a good dinner, and watch us coloring. Tell us what's going on with you. Zoom out. Okay guys, look at the difference between here and here. See how much richer that black is. And again, this is one of those things that your brain sees it and notices the distinction, but your eyes don't. Zoom in. Zoom in. Anybody have any questions about adding this indigo blue? So Stacy says, oh yes, I got here about 4:30, got what I wanted out of the car. The rest stays until Monday evening, took a shower, have eaten a sandwich, and watched the last half of Forrest Gump. Careful about leaving your stuff in the parking lot, sweetie. We don't need to hear that you got robbed. Zoom out. Zoom out. So notice now how this side of the hair looks really great, and here and up to here. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and add our blue to our last section. And the color that you want to add to black, this black is indigo blue. It's a really good base color. I'm sorry, not base color. A good color to add to your black. Okay, let me sharpen. So Stacy, Monday is your orientation in the hospital. That's your first actual working day. And you're going to walk in like you own the place, right? Confidence, swagger. So Stacy, does this mean that a year from now you're going to be head of the department? Zoom in. Zoom in. So let's go ahead and get this last little bit of blue in here. Oh man, this looks good. Are you going to get your bachelor's degree? All right, now I'm switching back to black. And I'm going to finish here now. Make sure that my popcorn is gone. Oh, yeah. No, I have no interest in being a supervisor. I don't blame you. Stick with what you love. Okay, let me slide up just a little bit. So I'm staying close enough. I want you guys to see this, see the detail. Anybody have any questions or comments about how to do this? Now, if you have a black area on a page, I did this one time with a mailbox, is I went ahead and added this blue, the indigo blue, and it really made the black pop. It gets pretty rich, guys, when you do it this way. Oh, bummer. Zipped right off the side of the page. Or not page, but the area that I'm coloring. I hate that when I do that. You know, your hand gets a mind of its own and goes zip. I think, Stacy, I'm going to have to nickname you Lug Nuts. Melissa, what are you working on tonight? You're awfully quiet, young lady. All right, zoom out. Zoom out. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of white. I have to say, okay, Lug Nuts entered the room. So were the mechanics cussing it to, oh, there goes my point. So what the mechanics say about getting that tire off, Stace? Did they have a few choice words, or did they just take it as a matter of course? Okay, so I'm putting in a little bit of white. Yeah, I remember that in your post. They didn't say anything, but I could hear them from the lobby beating the crap out of my car. And then did they say, "Lady, don't ever come back here"? I'm just joking. All right, so I'm going ahead and adding a little bit of shading here. Not much. And I want you to see now how just subtle and rich this whole thing looks. Apparently Ford ended up with a lawsuit over them. Really? What's that all about? And now you can go in and put in your shading and highlighting as you see fit. Oh, how cute is this? Zoom out. So what do you think, guys? Any questions about how I did the hair? I need to grab some water. Oh, because the issue was there were caps over the lug nuts. And when they get hot, they swell, and then they're a pain to get off. Gotcha. I love those buttons on her little outfit here. All right. So we've got the flowers. And I think what I want to do, this whole thing now, of course, is reminding me of Christmas. Zoom in. So let me go ahead and see what we can do to do those. Ooh, there's a good color. Oh, you found Castaway? What are you, on a Time Hanks binge? I take it you've seen Castaway before? I'm getting a lot of pinkish reds. I want a red red. Stacy says, yes, I remember why I don't have regular TV. Nothing is ever on. Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys, have you seen all the Halloween slasher movies coming out? What is it with that? Good grief. Okay. Zoom in. Yeah, I know it's Halloween, but why ugly, horrible slasher movies? Good grief, guys. Isn't there enough violence around? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know that red looks good with brown. Now, the old Vincent Price Mummy and camper movies this time of year, just the old stuff. I love those. Yeah, the campy stuff. Absolutely. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, take the same red and put it in as a base color underneath this layered flower here. Yeah, Vincent Price, oh my gosh, he did some really terrific movies. And then there's Omar Sharif, excuse me, Dr. Zhivago, Peter O'Toole, Lawrence of Arabia. Oh, check out how cute these look. I watched Friday the 13th when I was a kid and it scared the crap out of me. I hate scary movies. However, my ex loved horror movies, so I agreed to sit through it as an adult, and I ended up laughing. It was so cheesy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got a little bit of skin here that I missed. Let's get that done. Okay, so I'm working my red. Oh, the old Sherlock Holmes movies? Yeah. I've got a subscription, you've heard me say this before, to Classic Reel. And they've got a ton of movies. Excuse me. No, is Classic Reel free? It might be. Anyway, so I always love to put on those. The crime dramas. Good stuff. And then, of course, I've been watching, I've seen those a bazillion times, but the original Mission Impossible movie. Hello, Rita. Rita from Guatemala. And Santa Fe, New Mexico. All right, let's take a look at this. Zoom out. And I've got a little bit of black that I need to put under this silly bow. Here we go. All right. Next month to Arizona. So, Rita, you're not moving there, are you? Tell us a little bit about that, Rita. I remember you mentioning it before. Okay, now, as you're noticing here, this is, the coloring on this is somewhat subdued. We've got the black, we've got the tan, and I've got the red. So I'm going to amp it up just a little bit. Not moving, staying with a friend till we get tired of each other. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think that you'd made all those security improvements to your house. Or to your place, and then you were just going to leave. That is wonderful. So you'll be there maybe for Thanksgiving, Rita? Now you said hopefully. Is there any chance that it won't happen? Zoom in. Zoom in. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of yellow in here. So I want, like I said, a brighter color, but not anything that's going to wig it out. And this yellow is a Blazing Yellow by Brett Funner. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. We make plans and God laughs. That's right. Never know what's going to be happening with what's going on with travel and viruses. Planned this a long time ago. Okay, cool. I gotcha. Okay, so I want you to notice how this yellow is bringing out our flowers. And yes, I'm being picky about the hair and the flowers. So your mechanic got the car ready to go, and so am I. She and I have been friends 50 years. We've traveled together in Europe, and we understand each other. Oh, how wonderful. What's your friend's name? All right. So it's Janet McKenna. We'll have Thanksgiving with her family and one of the sons down there. I was going to ask you if you were planning on being there for Thanksgiving, which of course it sounds like it does. Okay. So will you be able to join us during live? Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to expand the color of this to the headband as well. So I'm just making it this whole piece here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of orange because I want to go ahead and highlight that color. So you plan on joining you, meaning while we're broadcasting. I look forward to being down there. I'll be there for many months. And then I'll come back home when it gets warmer. Oh, gotcha. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and take my Star Joy Alizarin Crimson 093, and I'm going to go ahead and add that, just a little tint. To the ribbon and the band. So in other words, basically you're closing up the house pretty much. And then you'll be with your friend. So your niece will keep an eye on the house and water my plants. Your neighbors will also be in and out of the house to make it look lived in and definitely watched. Oh, wonderful. I have a friend that's done some of the security work here. Let me say, periodically, it'll be well taken care of. Ah, excellent. Okay, so I'm working on the oranges and the yellows here. And I'm also going to go ahead now and make these centers orange. Zoom out. Well, Rita, I am so happy for you. Zoom out. All right, let's take a peek. Zoom out. So Rita said, was wondering if Wanda got my picture showing me looking through her beautiful buds and butterfly book. I haven't heard back from her. I sent her a notice through email. Yeah, hopefully she'll be on tonight and we can ask her. Okay, let's brighten up this collar. Zoom in. Zoom in. And it looks like I missed another area, a skin here. There we go. Sometimes your emails don't go through, and that's why I was wondering. Yeah, just send her a text and ask her. Guys, don't forget that if you send Wanda a picture of you holding the book, she will send you the source pictures. Okay, so I'm still using my blazing yellow. Zoom in. Oh, Rita says the source pictures will be a big help to me because this is the first time I've done grayscale. Yeah. Just check with her directly, Wanda. Or Rita, excuse me. Look how cute that yellow's looking, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, let me pop over here. Yeah, I don't know when Wanda's going to release her second book. She's so excited about her first one. I'm guessing her second one is going to be right on top of that one. Oh, this is so cute. And now I'm going to use a Butterscotch by Brett Funner as well. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll shade in our areas. Now, what I want you to notice here is I'm also going to take this Butterscotch. This is the same color that I just am shading in with. And I'm going to add it on top of my yellow. And I want you to see now how that's giving us a really nice, rich look. And because we've got the layering of colors now, you see how this is starting to bring out our dimension? And the reason that I'm layering this color by using the same pencil that I just shaded with is because it gives me a logical way to transition from one to the next. So now I can go in and shadow this to my heart's content because it makes sense. All right, so let me bring over this. Anybody have any questions about that? So the concept here is I'm going over the entire yellow with the color of pencil that I'm using to shade. And I want you to notice how rich that's looking by doing that. So this is where I'm going in and I'm shadowing my creases and my edges. Any question about how I'm doing that, why I'm doing that, and how it makes the piece look? So remember, by going over the area with the entire area with the pencil, that then makes the shading make sense. Questions, comments? Okay. Zoom out. Zoom out. Let's take a look at this whole thing while we're here. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to touch up my flower a little bit with this brown. Zoom in. Zoom in. So again, this is my butterscotch color. Zoom in. Thank you, Stace. Zoom in. Zoom in. That was a scarf that's got that little bit of orange. And now you can see how the colors are working together. All right. And then if you notice any of your streaks of orange, I mean, I've got a few here, just go ahead and hit it with your yellow. All right. So now I'm going to slide you down, and we're going to go ahead and take care of that scarf. So I'm treating that scarf basically as a separate piece. You don't have to, but that's what I want to do. So back to my Brett Funner 074. And I want to go ahead and soften that a little bit, so I'm going to use my Faber-Castell 103. And then I'm going to use my Castle Art 087 to highlight my folds. And don't forget to color over your lines, because you don't see clothing on the street that's got black lines on it, right? And then to give it a little extra kick, I'm taking my Tombow eraser and I'm going to erase out my highlights, just so we have that little puppy with a little kick in it. There you go. Zoom out. Now, Rhonda, you asked me about using my blender pencil. I don't want to add any more color or dull it with the ivory. So I'm going to go ahead and use my blender pencil just a little bit, just to define my areas and soften that up. Okay. Zoom out. Zoom out. She's coming along. I love how that hair came out. All right. So I'm going to go up and work on our kite. Now, our kite has got the ears, you know, the little antler ear thingies that I did the other night. So I'm going to go ahead and stay with that pattern on the kite. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So let's go ahead and get that taken care of. So tell me, guys, what's the most important part of your coloring? All right, so we've got our yellow here. Rhonda says, the part you are working on. Exactly. Thank you, Rhonda. And the reason that I say that is when you get into an area that is mundane to you or repetitive, then you've got to stop coloring on that piece for a while. No matter how little or inconsequential that section looks, you still need to treat it as though it's the most important thing. Okay, so I've got my butterscotch now. Now again, I'm going to go ahead and give a light shading over the yellow with my butterscotch, in addition to darkening some of my areas. So I'm going to take my Faber-Castell 103 Ivory. We'll smooth that out. And then you can go through and shade your edges and around your circles. So notice how I'm just adding my little areas of my butterscotch. Go ahead and do my circles a little bit. Clean that up. And notice how I'm favoring the edges with my pencil here. Zoom out. Not too shabby. Let me grab a little bit of water. All right. So let's go ahead and get these antler ears on the top. I'm going to make them a little bit different than my bottom ones. This is my rose cloud from Brett Funner. Zoom in. And again, guys, that comment that I made about them being the most important part of your coloring, and Rhonda said the part you were working on, I hope everybody takes that to heart. If you're working on something that doesn't thrill you, go to something else or just stop coloring for the evening. And the reason that I say that is that if you don't, you're not going to feel like adding those really nice little details that make the piece look really cool. Okay, let me turn this. Just doing a little cleanup here. Zoom in. All right, there's my base color, and notice I went a little bit darker on the edge. That's a just because. All right, excuse me for hitting the camera. And now I'm going to use my Faber-Castell Caput Motorium. And we'll start working on that edge a little bit. And what's the most important skill that you can have in adult coloring? Let's get that edge. And the answer is blending. That's right, Stacy. Thank you. Honestly, guys, if you don't get your blending under control, you can have the nicest piece that you're working on, and you're going to kill it by not having that blending down. Stacy, you got all your coloring supplies with you, right? And books? Okay, now again, I don't want to use my Faber-Castell 103, so I'm just going to hit that with my blending pencil. And get that nice and smooth. Oh, you said no, you have some. Okay, where are the rest of your coloring stuff? All right. So let's get the other side here. Oh, in your storage unit. Okay. And I'm assuming that stuff's going to stay there until you get your apartment in December. And again, notice that I'm tinting my entire piece here. Okay. And again, I'm going to go ahead and, well, I'll show you something a little bit different blending technique, is I'm going to go back and use my original color, which is my rose color. And on this side, I'm going to blend with that and smooth out with it. Just a little different technique to show you, rather than using my blender pencil. Okay. Let me clean this up a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to use my Brett Funner Deep Mahogany. Now, I don't want you guys to get frustrated or confused about all these colors that I'm using. It's not hard. All we're doing is we're just adding our various levels of shading to give you a nice dimensional look. Now, these little ears here, antlers, they're probably, you could take them as being balloons. So we want to go ahead and make those look poofy. So Stacy, has Tom Hanks been in his accident yet? In the airplane. Oh yes, he and Wilson are making their getaway. Oh, it's that far into the movie? Okay. So am I remembering correctly that he was stranded for like 3 years or 4 years or something like that? I'm thinking the character was gone for 4 years. All right. So were you watching it from the beginning when you started, or was it already on? Oh, when you started watching it, he was just getting to the island. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. I was going to say, I know we've been online now and broadcasting, but I didn't think it was that long. All right, so I'm shading my edge. All right, let's take a look at this. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. So I'm going to smooth these a little bit. And then because we want that puffiness, zoom in. I'm going to take my stick eraser. This is my click eraser, larger end. And I'm just very lightly now going to give this a little poofiness by adding to the white. And adding to the white, excuse me. So don't forget, if you want to highlight sometimes, grab your eraser. And remember, the viewer is predispositioned that this is a kite, and so this is going to be light anyway. Oh, how cute is this? Okay. Now, I'm debating going with a completely different color for the bows, just because. And not really is it just because, that's really not the way to state it. I want to give a little color interest to this so that we don't get bored with what's going on. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. So I'm going to go ahead and use a Brett Funner Pool Green. Let me turn you here a little bit. So we need to have our ragged edge. Now you know that I'm a really huge proponent of drawing in stuff. But instead of drawing in the edge of the bow this time, I just went ahead and gave it a ragged edge when I colored it. Okay. So let's get down to our second bow here. And do the other side. And yes, I did pre-spray this page with my Krylon fixative. And then I'm going to go ahead and we've got our little banner here. That says Cutie Dolls. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that in the same color scheme. Now, obviously you don't have to. You could do, for example, a bright red. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and color the back side of our banner. And then I'm going to come in with a darker color, which is my Prismacolor 905 Aquamarine. Pretty, pretty color. So let me slide back up to the first bow here. And we'll go ahead and start shading that little puppy. And we'll get on the other side. And I want these bows to look nice and soft. Faber-Castell 103. Hi, Sandy. Sandy DeSanto has entered the room. Zoom out. And then I'm going to use a dark gray. Now, the question has come up when I'm doing my shading or darkening. When do I use gray? When do I use black? Well, I'm using gray now tonight because this is a lighter color. It's a lighter blue. If this were a slightly darker color, I would go ahead and use that. And then I'm going to go back over this just a little bit with my blue, the tips of my gray here. So in other words, I'm going to blend in that gray. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my Tombow teeny tiny eraser just to make those highlights a little more visible. All right. Sandy, how are you doing this fine evening? There we go. Everybody see now how that gray makes a really nice shade? Not black, but gray. Now, if you wanted to, you can take a touch of black, just a teeny tiny smidge, right in the center. So I'm going to say that not if you wanted to, I want you to do that. Okay, second bow. And don't forget, guys, you've got to get your images in for Wanda's contest in by tonight. 12 Central Time. So notice now how I'm shading. We're going to get lots of dimension on this. Okay. And then we're going to touch it up with that little bit of gray. I'm putting a little bit of gray on the edge here. Sandy, what are you working on tonight? And then I'm going to hit this with a little bit of black in the very center. Dimension, guys, dimension. All right. Zoom out. Oh, you're working on the Halloween pick. Cool. And then I'm going to use my Faber-Castell, and we're going to blend this. You want that looking really soft. Oh, guys, that's beautiful. Look at that. You got Wanda's book today. Yay. Are you going to start up a picture in it right away? As soon as I get my author's copy, I'm going to do a walkthrough. She sent me an author's copy, so I thought that was pretty cool. So what do you think of it? Do you like it? Do you like it, Sandy? Faber-Castell 103. Smooth and blend that background. And then my PC 905. And I'm going to go ahead and shade this banner just a little bit. Now, you need to decide how much you want to highlight this banner. That may not thrill you to have the name of the book on your page, and that's fine. If that's the case, then just don't give it a lot of prominence. So Sandy says, yes, very nice. I sent Wanda some pics because some of the pics have lines going through them. Not sure if anyone's books has lines. Contact Amazon, tell them the problem. I'm sure they'll replace it for you. Amazon, I was so surprised. I have been with Amazon for years and years and years. And about a month ago, I want to say, one of my shipments had an item missing, which I've never had happen. And I called them up and they sent a replacement like right away. And then about 2 weeks ago, I got somebody else's filters. And my item was missing. So I called Amazon and I said, hello. And they were great. They immediately shipped me out a replacement. So I was pretty happy with that. Don't you love it when you fix an area and then you go back to color it and you do the same thing a second time? Well, Sandy, it doesn't matter if, anybody else has the problem. I mean, yeah, you can ask, but if it's defective, just get a replacement. How severe are the lines? Are they light? Are they dark? Is it like one going down one of the pages? Okay, now notice how 15 pictures have lines. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I want you to notice now how I'm going ahead and shading around the title. So in other words, I'm deliberately amplifying the title. Yeah, I haven't had too many problems with grayscale. Every once in a while you'll get a book that has, a page or two, and I'll color through it. But oh my gosh, 15 pictures. Okay, here's my charcoal gray. Arteza 120. Don't you hate that when you get all excited about a book and something like that happens? I don't think I've ever had to have a book replaced. I'm thinking that I haven't. But yeah, when I got somebody else's filters, and I feel bad for the people that ordered the filters because they got, I'm not sure, maybe they got my book. So hopefully the lady of the household, adult colors. Oh, wait a minute. It wasn't book. It was colored paper pieces for my journals. I'm about to release my grandmother's journal, by the way. I think you guys are going to like it. Okay, and then I'm going to blend this. I'm just going to use my finger. And then I'm going to clean up around the outside. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Isn't that unbelievable? Oh, ILene. Good grief. Edit that out of the video. Not really. It'll go in like this. Hello, Maggie. I was wondering where you were this evening. All right, let's take a look at this. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay, I'm going to take my darker turquoise, which is that aquamarine PC905. I hope you like how this little cutie's looking so far. Zoom in. Zoom in. I see those likes coming by. Thank you, Rhonda. So I'm going to go ahead and color. Oh, Maggie says, I spent the afternoon at urgent care with husband. He sliced his finger up getting a glass of milk. It went all the way to the bone and took 7 stitches inside and out. Splint for work days. Oh, man. Well, that's a bummer. Oh, yeah, there's a question. Sandy's Rhonda, just curious, did any of your pages have, from Wanda's book, have lines in them? So, Rhonda, this is not that I noticed, but I'm about to check again. Okay. Okay, so I'm popping on my turquoise on my dots. So Sandy says I'm going to wait to color one in case I have to return it. I would be shocked to my shorts if Amazon made you return that book. All right, let's get this collar. Now, you know that I'm planning something further with the kite and the collar, right? I love how this collar's turning out. Okay. Four more to do. Zoom out. Now I'm also going to, if I can manage to do this without messing up the erasing, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. So we've got this little pocket right here. So I'm going to clean that off, and I'll use my lighter turquoise. And then I'm going to use my darker for that dimension. How cute. And I'm going to run this theme a little bit further down. Oops, not that further down. And we'll go ahead, let me turn this again. And we'll go ahead and I'm going to do the shoes. So that'll give me a really nice carry through. I'll start with my lighter turquoise here. Now be sure if you do something similar like this that you get up in between your brown. And then take your darker turquoise. I'm going to take my darker turquoise and I'm going to curve around with this on each edge. And remember guys, the most important part of your piece that you're coloring is the piece that is the part that you're working on. And what that means is sweat the details, make it look nice, take the time. Alright, so there's my shoe. So Rhonda said I have 2 pages that have some off lines. What do you mean off lines? They've got lines in them, both are butterflies, otherwise the rest are perfect. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my charcoal gray and we'll add that depth on the edges. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the second shoe. So so here's my lighter, again, my lighter turquoise. Oh, you mean, okay, but what I'm asking you, Rhonda, you said I have 2 pages that have some off lines. What does that mean? Okay, so here's my shoe. And then I'm now using my darker turquoise in the corner. Oh, lines that shouldn't be there. Okay, gotcha. Sandy said mine are every other page, which makes it sound like that was a printing press issue. Okay, and then my charcoal gray in the corner. Oh, how cute, how cute, how cute. Okay, and I've got another little bow. So I'll use my light turquoise. This is my pool green. And then my darker green, which is my aquamarine, PC 905. Oh, how cute. And then I'm going to use a little bit of the charcoal gray. And then some black right in the center. And if you get a little oopsie like I did, just go ahead and use your blender pencil and blend it out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Sandy, no, I didn't get my book yet. Wanda is sending me an author's copy. And she said that was going to be a little later, more towards the end of the month. But as soon as I get it, I'll do a flip through. Oh my gosh, guys. Isn't this cute? Zoom out. Okay. let's take a look at something here. So now I'm going to, any questions or comments on how I did this main page, guys? But wait, there's more. Okay, found what I wanted. I like the little buttons that I put on the fur. I think that looks ridiculously cute. Okay, stencil. I have a stencil that has little reindeer on it. And some little snowflakes and some little trees. So I'm going to play with the reindeer. Zoom in. Zoom in. And I'm going to get my narrowest pen. And we're going to play with some design on here. These are stencils that I got from Amazon. They are on the wish list. I'm sorry, the affiliate list. Now, at the moment, I'm not worried about getting the black inside of the area here. But I do want to show you a couple of ideas with this, because I'm not going to do what I think you're expecting. Let me tuck my pencils away. Zoom in. So on this particular one, I will go ahead and color it in with black. Oops. Rhonda, did you ever get your magnifier light that has the, or the light with the magnifier in it? Oh no, you just put your overhead light on, it's fine. Okay. For anybody that's not aware, you can buy a clamp-on light that has a huge round magnifier in the center of it. It's pretty big. Oh, good night, Stace. Yeah, I'm not going to be on for much longer. 10 more minutes. All right. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Okay. So you can see where this is going, sorta. I still have a surprise for you. So I'm going to put another reindeer on here. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay. Okay. Now I've got to let that dry a minute. Zoom out. Zoom out. Now bear with me. There is a method to my madness. Oh, you just did a replacement book? Great. And they told you to keep the one that you got, right? Zoom in. Zoom in. Okay. Now, when you're doing stencils like this, hold your pen, if you're using a pen, well, or pencil, straight up and down. Oh, you have to send it back. Oh, they told you to send it back? Really? Now that surprises me. Zoom out. Okay, so this is what I want you to see. Hold on, I gotta find something here. I am very surprised they're making you send it back. So I'm confused here. So you reordered the book, or you just called customer service and asked them to replace it? Okay, I'm taking my eyeshadow here, and I'm taking some turquoise. And I'm just putting a little swirl of turquoise over my deer. So what we're going to have here by the time I'm done, oh, you went under your orders and asked for a replacement and stated what was wrong. So when you did it online, oh, okay, so you didn't talk to somebody. Gotcha. Are they going to send you a label to send it back? Zoom out. Okay, so do you guys see how I did a little swishy, swirly with my eyeshadow? Yeah, Sandy, just for future, call. Because normally they'll just authorize a replacement and say don't bother. Oh, they give you a code and I just drop it off at a UPS store. All right, yay. All right, what do you guys think of this little swish of eyeshadow? Doesn't that look cool? And now I'm going to go back again . Yeah, and Sandy, UPS, they actually have a station at my local Walgreens store, or Walgreens handled it. No, CVS. And I had to return something as well. It was a headset. And I just went to the CVS and dropped it off. And I got actually Amazon, as soon as she scanned the package, Amazon credited me. Okay, so watch this, peeps. Zoom in. Zoom in. Yeah, and Sandy, what you need to do is before you go into that CVS, do a search online and find out where the closest UPS pickup is, because I'm not sure that all CVS stores do that. Or just call that CVS store that's close to you and ask them if they handle UPS packages. In other words, I'm not sure if all CVS stores do that. I'm guessing that they do because they want customers to walk in the store. Okay, so watch this, guys, and then I'm done. Yeah, just give them a call. It'll save you a trip. So bear with me because I want you to see this. Sandy, I'm just using my standard Pilot. This is a G6 pen. You can use a gel pen if you want. So bear with me a minute, guys, because I really do want you to see this. Oh, you've got your gray jelly pens coming tomorrow. Wonderful. Okay, check this out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Zoom out. Now, obviously I'm not done with this, but I'm out of time. So I'm just swishing eyeshadow through some of these that are hollow. And some of these I'm coloring in. So what do you think of this? Do you like it? So I'm just going ahead and putting the backgrounds on here. And I thought that the reindeer stencil that I had would be perfect. But again, notice the effect of just running a little bit of eyeshadow through here. You can use your pastel chalks too. Okay? Either way, it'll work. Yeah, I just need a sleigh. Actually, I probably would not put a sleigh on here. I mean, that's up to you, of course. But I'm just following the theme of the little girl. Okay, guys, calling it an evening. This is ILene Vick for Teaching Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. What do I always say after that? Just a joke. Okay, says Sandy about the sleigh. Guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Have fun, relax. So glad you could make it. Please share this broadcast. And Vicky's starting to circle. Love on each other. If you know somebody's having a difficulty in our group, send them a text. How about sending Jean Waring a text? Just send her a text and tell her you're thinking of her. JeanWaring. I'm sure she'd love it. All right, guys, you take care. And have a great rest of the evening. And I will see you tomorrow night, same time, same place. And we'll have a good time. And don't forget Wanda's contest. Bye.